Welcome to the fan episode. This is the episode where we see what the fans thought. Just a reminder that it's whatever people commented on during that book cycle, but not necessarily the 4% picks. Okay, so maybe we should go to Facebook. There was a lot of comments this cycle on our blog posts that we post on Facebook. One of our would you rather questions that was really popular was, would you rather breathe underwater or fly? One person said that they at first thought they would want to breathe underwater because they love being in the ocean, but then they thought about sharks. Such a dilemma. And then another person
such a dilemma.
And then Meredith, I don't normally include when we comment on each other's posts, but Meredith had originally put, yours is so good. You said that you would fly through the air, but you would keep it a secret and then join the sky jump team for the Olympics and then reveal you could fly after you won a gold medal and fly away. Yeah, ski jump.
It was very silly that day. When I wrote
and then after you, and then you commented after that, you're like, I must have been really silly that day because really I would just say breathe underwater. So
I love being underwater. When I go to the swimming pool, I'm underwater almost the whole time.
Totally, I love it.
We love being in water. We just like swim underwater and like look at each other and like come up for breath and go back down.
It's so good. Do you know what I discovered? Because we just got a pool in the backyard this summer, and I realized I always thought it was like the buoyancy and the freedom from like being able to swim underwater that I enjoyed, but it's not. It's that it goes so quiet.
Yeah.
When you're under there, it's so nice. You're just like, oh. There's not all this like external noise of mom, can you go get this? Honey, have you seen my whatever? You know, it's just like, oh, just, yeah, it was so peaceful. Love
Lindsay,
it.
what would you pick?
I would pick breathing underwater. I always, ever since I was like 3 years old, I've wanted to be a mermaid. So definitely breathing underwater.
So you're halfway there.
Right?
Yeah, mermaid hair happening. Yeah, mermaid hair. So that's half the battle of being a mermaid is the hair. Totally. Now you just need your tail and you're done.
That's right. Yeah. And now you can buy tails.
So
which is crazy.
Yes, you can. Did you know that there's a whole subculture of
There is.
Yeah.
I have not
it's
thought about joining anything in that community, but yes. No. My dream is a dream. It'll stay that way. I'd like to try one of those tails though. I imagine it's probably very hard because that like dolphin kick it's hard to do the dolphin kick, right?
Now, but is the subculture, do they actually swim with the tails on? Do we know? Or is it just
yes.
From what I've seen, they swim with the tails and they practice holding their breath and doing deep dives and
I would like to do that. That sounds like fun.
Right?
Yeah.
I'd like to try it for the same reason. Well, I don't know if that's the same reason. I feel like Kira's keeping something from us.
You have to wear shells.
Yeah, Kira, are you in this?
No, I only came across it because my daughters a few years ago came across in Walmart. They had like this material in bathing suit that you could pull up, and it looks like a mermaid tail, and it didn't have the sizes. So I went to online shopping, and in my searches came across like, oh, there's like a whole bunch of people that get together for the sole purpose of just being a mermaid, and some take it very far. Yeah. And that part was uncomfortable. The fun, let's just go for a swim seemed great, but it was like they were getting a bit too into like psychosis, like they were identifying as mermaids. And I was like, oh dear.
Yeah.
I still think that would be cool. I'd also love to be a mermaid.
Yeah.
And having a little group that y'all go together, that would be fun.
I have a seashell bikini top. Okay. Because it's seashells, but it's for my Halloween costume. So I can bring that to the mermaid swim.
To your first meeting.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
You'll blend right in.
Love it.
One thing, Kara.
That's the end of that.
Okay, direct the challenge.
And there we go.
Mermaid.
Oh, you know what we had? I'll do the rest. So we had a guy who retweeted what is it? What was your claymation called, Meredith, again? The rascally raccoon meets playful dog. So we had people comment on that, but we had someone retweet it and say, hey, why don't you check out my claymation video? And he did a music video. He's a musician called Bluetopia. And it was really cool. Nice. Yeah, so I checked it out. Yeah, but he put he really liked your claymation, and then he put his claymation.
That's nice. I'll check it out.
Yeah. If you go on our you go on our Twitter, you'll see his Bluetopia at Bluetopia.
Book interrupted.
Hi, this video interruption is happy news. I'm at the new shop. It's a mess. I'm setting it up. There's Bo. She's ever helpful. Hey, Bo. So that's the shop. Whoa, boxes everywhere. Ooh. Anyways, getting there, picking away at it. So exciting.
Book interrupted.
This is changing the topic, but I'd like to ask fan Lindsay if she had any fan response from her blog, Home Under Clutter, about the podcast and her experience here.
I did not really have any responses. My blog is very small right now, so I only have like 30 followers or something like that. It's just sort of something I'm just working for in the background, not something I'm really trying to build up yet.
For sure.
Well, now you have 6. How many are we? 36 followers.
I'm following. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not actually following. I should probably actually follow. I was reading it.
I read it. But you actually got to click the button or whatever.
And I reposted your post from yesterday because you mentioned Book Interrupted and all the 4% Fix episodes that are on.
Yeah. I've been trying to link them all into the blog so that everybody can see it.
Yeah.
Well, you'll just become so famous like us.
Yeah.
That's a joke, listeners.
Yeah. That is a joke. Yes.
I can't think of anything worse than I know I'm on a podcast and putting myself out there every week, but just the thought of actually becoming famous, I find terrifying. It's I don't actually want to be famous.
It's hard. At my restaurant, famous people come in and they have to call ahead, and that we need to find the room with the door, and they have to be in the back corner, and it's it's just no fun. You got to come into a restaurant and not be around people and be in this secret place and only have your entourage around you. Kind of sucks for them, I would think. Maybe not. Maybe they like the being away from people. But
yeah, I'm tell me more. I want that so bad.
Actually, Kim was I think the only one in one of the blog questions that was would you rather be a monk or be followed around by the paparazzi? And I must have reread Kim's answer 3 times. I was she would want the paparazzi?
But you did say this might be another situation where I will regret, if I ever became famous. Yeah, right. If I ever became famous, I might regret saying writing this.
I just thought the same thing when I just said this right now too. I was fast forward, fingers crossed, to when we can't go to restaurants anymore, and I say I hate it.
Yeah, and then it's brought back up.
Yeah.
Oh, do you hate it? Remember when you said this?
Remember when you said you wanted it? Now you have it. Love it.
Now we're in this closed room at the restaurant.
Yeah.
I don't think Canadian celebrities get as famous as American. Maybe, but I guess there's a few. But even Canadians, we've had famous people sit at booths that are open, and people don't really bug them that much in Toronto. Anyways, they're oh yeah, that's someone famous. A really famous hockey guy came in, and he sat right in the middle of the bar when it was super busy. One of the most famous, I'm not going to say who it is, but one of the most famous Canadian, and nobody talked to him. Maybe 2 people went up and were hey dude, how's it going? And that was it. And I was oh, that's good. I feel Canadians are overly politeness. Maybe that's not everywhere, but definitely in downtown Toronto. People don't care
at
about
Whole
Foods,
Foods, we used to have famous people come in all the time, and people just ignored them, right? They just do their shopping wherever. But one time, I didn't go up to this person or anything, but do you remember, Kim? I sent you a text that said, I'm in line at the Whole Foods with the Magic Man. And you're like, who's the Magic Man? Because it was
The Magic Man.
remember, because I couldn't remember what
Will Arnett?
Yeah, that's true.
Was it Will Arnett?
it was Will
Oh
Arnett.
my god!
Arrested Development.
That was the best game of Sister Detective I've ever seen.
I want to play Sister Detective more. Give us another
Oh
one.
my god, that was
And I'm so
good.
bad with
You
names. Like,
texted
I know
the
no
Magic
names.
Man?
But the Magic Man? I was
How
like,
did
I
you
know what
get
you're
that
talking
from that?
I know.
I don't
Because they're
know.
related. It's
Yeah,
some
I
weird
don't watch-
no thing.
And I don't watch a lot of TV, and she doesn't either, so I'm sure she's like, Magic Man. Arrested Development. Yeah.
There's only a handful of shows
Gob.
that I can
Is
think
that his
of.
name Gob or Gob or
Job.
something?
Job.
And everybody calls him Gob. Totally.
Yeah, that's in an episode for sure. It is.
Totally.
But I remember you texting back, I don't know what you're talking about.
The
I'm like, oh my
Magic
god, I'm in
Man.
line with the Magic Man. You're like, where are you? I don't know what you're talking about. What Magic Man? Where are
Because
you?
the first thing I think of is the Heart song, Magic Man. So I'm like, who was that song about?
You're like going a different detective route. You're like, well, now I'm going to learn everything I can about Heart.
My trail went cold fast.
It would be great if the only thing you used to describe the Magic Man was you went like, you know, like da 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 da, and then she was like, "Oh, Will Arnett."
It'd be best if she didn't know and she's just singing
I
in
still wouldn't
line
know.
at the grocery store.
I'd be like, the final countdown? It
And
would
then
be the
you'd
best
hear
if
her.
she was doing that on the phone and he was in line in front. He like
front.
jumped into character and did whatever he did when that music was playing. That would be the best.
But yeah, I didn't take a picture or nothing. All I did was like send a quick text, and I didn't want him to notice. That's why it was so quick. I'm in line with the Magic Man. Because I didn't want to, yeah. But maybe that's...
Don't interrupt
maybe-
his day. It's rude.
Right, I didn't want to interrupt his day. I didn't want to be rude. He's buying his groceries, so... Yeah.
And buy vegetables.
That was funny.
Well, I think...
I wonder what kind of vegetables he bought.
You can tell us, Sarah.
No, I don't know. I don't even remember. I was too excited that I was in line with the
I
Magic Man.
blacked
And then afterwards, it was all like text back and forth with Kim being like, what's going on? I don't know where you are. Like
You've
it was me being
drinking.
like,
Is this
where
code? Are you
I'm
safe?
at work.
Yeah, are you safe?
Oh, that's so funny. That reminds me of me and Carol when we were younger. I'd make her like tell me like, if you call me and say this line, then I know you're in danger, and I will come get you. And she's like, okay, we like plan it.
And then I'd be like, what was the line again?
I'm in line with the Magic Man.
They put together like the legend of all the things. If it's this, then this. If it's this, then this. I'd be like, uh-huh. And then I'd do typical Kara. So what am I supposed to do again? And you just be like, gosh darn it.
Time to protect you.
Also, if you're in trouble, just
ruining
call
it.
911.
Yeah, like
You're
why
actually
would
in
you
trouble.
just call that,
Don't do the code. Just call 911.
No, that's not the way we roll, lady.
That was not.
I'm sorry.
Because I'm the one that's going
And sort
to
of
rescue her from a dangerous state.
straightforwardness. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one. I'm by myself, picking her up. So funny. I know. What were we thinking? Clearly, you should dial 911.
I know. I love how we have to overcomplicate it.
We loved codes, though. We always made codes for everything. We used to make up like ciphers and then lose them and not be able to translate the notes.
Yeah, we don't you remember, Kim? We had a whole language, the Billabong language. Do you remember it? Meet Spazia,
Billabong.
Billabong. We had an entire dictionary. You don't remember.
I remember Happy Birthday.
And what is happy birthday
Do you remember what it is?
in your
Translated?
language?
I don't remember that one.
Like maybe Borgely Gorsting.
Yes!
Or
Borstili Boinding, Racketing Shanghai, Falali Tootie, Rani 99. That was my part.
Oh, that's not Happy Birthday though, but I remember that
that's just-
song.
that's
I
just
do
the
remember that
song.
song.
What was Happy Birthday again?
I don't remember because maybe it's Borgely Ladoy. Like that's the song I'm thinking of is the one that Sarah just sang.
What's happening?
I can prove that I know that. I could sing that exactly the same thing that she just said.
Yeah. No, you sang it all the time. And we would write
I
down.
don't know you guys
Meat
anymore.
Spazia meant pass. Meat Spazia, believe it or not, meant pass the meat when you're at the table.
Because that was a big part of your day.
It's not a
All
big,
the
it's not a big
sentences, you
stretch.
just come up with a priority list of.
It was just ways it was invented to drive her parents insane.
We'd write it down. We'd like, okay, here's a new word. What's it going to mean? And stuff. And we'd go, Mispatia. Just like passing over back and forth. Totally. I don't know, but like, yeah, there's a lot of. I don't remember all of that. I wish we could find the dictionary we tried to make.
I don't feel like we even know you guys.
We ran on a real tangent. I can't believe I sang that song on our podcast.
Listen, we were playing a game, and I believe that Meredith started it. So we each had to say our own part. So Meredith went Orshki Laboing Ding, and then I went Rashka Ding Shanghai, and then somebody else,
Rudy.
Yeah, and then
Sarah
went
turn.
Right. She was the least creative, as you could see.
And we laughed and laughed and laughed, like till our sides hurt.
I always got I'd get too nervous about performing, and then I'd be like, Ronnie 99, and they're like, what?
We had this like clock radio with a tape, like a cassette tape in it, and we'd put it on record and pause it. And then we would like go around and unpause it and make funny noises in a circle. And then we would play it back like all together and we'd be like,
laugh it.
Whatever, right? Like we loved it. And so we were doing stuff like that. We were like making the song and like doing the pausing and stuff like that. And do you remember? So Kim goes, between me and Kim, one of us goes, woof. And the other one goes, meow. And Sarah goes,
what's the Sarah doing? You know.
I couldn't remember.
She was trying to oink like a pig, but she panicked.
I couldn't remember how to oink like a pig, and I panicked and did like this for like the longest time.
I went, because she's like wants to finish the sound. She's trying for a long time. And Kim and I are speechless. Like, is she okay? And we're staring at her like, what? And then it's clear that she's okay. Into the next like 10 minutes, it's just us laughing.
Because you guys said, what were you trying to do? And I was like, I tried to oink like a pig, but I forgot how.
That's funny.
I was very shy and you guys were not. That's what happened there.
Dude really forced creativity on her.
I like
you make up words right now.
The face is what gets me. Like,
you guys would
do a good job. We're gonna laugh at you.
They would force me into all their
opposite of oinking. You just do what? Like, I don't even know. It was like some sort of like primal like call. It just went like horribly wrong.
Poor pig. That's called a pig's death call.
Do you still have the tape? Where's the tape?
Kim had
them.
No, don't say I have it. I definitely don't have it.
Yeah.
Like even if I did have it, I don't.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Glasses are fogging.
Incredible.
So the 4% fix.
All right. Well, that's actually the last comment. Like
this podcast can be just like that tape. Like the last 20 minutes could just be us laughing our asses.
There we go. That's the fan episode for the 4% fix. Lindsay, Lindsay, do you have any last minute comments?
Or any words you'd like to make up?
Any words? Any farm animal noises?
Barely anything is on the table at this point.
I think I have nothing that can top that.
Well,
it was nice having you.
Yeah, so nice.
Yeah.
So
Thank
nice
you for
to
letting
have
me
you
into your bubble.
Oh.
You are now
You're
permanently
welcome.
part of our bubble. So, you know, Squiggy's here and now you're here. We're just growing our bubble. So you're always welcome at any time. So thank you for coming on our
thank you.
little podcast.
Thank you guys so much. I had a lot of fun.
Thanks. So good.
Cool.
If you've enjoyed these video highlights, listen to the full episode on our YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts. Remember to like and subscribe and ring that bell to be notified when new episodes are published. Find out more by going to www.bookinterrupted.com.
On Book Interrupted.
Never forget, every child matters.